Yeah, so we're on part 3, a continuation since the camera difficulties continued. Hopefully the message isn't misconstrued or broken up, you know. So I want to begin part 3 by saying the biggest tragedy wasn't necessarily losing y'all as friends, but actually losing myself. And all these layers that were discussed in part 1 and part 2 videos actually has been an evolution and a process of a lost man, so lost, and then finally finding himself. But again, the tragedy wasn't just in losing you guys as friends and looking at a picture and I'm not there and I don't exist. And the connection in that is, in a way, I lost myself. A byproduct of losing you guys as friends had to do with losing myself. And the friendship existed then because I was more innocent and pure. And there was no need for there to be a return to myself because I was already there as a child. And that golden treasure that childhood was, and the friendships we had. And a big reason of why they have been lost is, but not forgotten, but lost, is because I lost myself, and the biggest tragedy in that. But the biggest success story, as we talk about the measures of success, is finally that through this winding road and all the intertwining layers is that I found myself again. And that can even be noticed in the shift of my rap music. And you may not subscribe or be a fan of the fact that I picked up rap music. It might turn you off in other ways. But there's even been a shift in my music. Instead of talking about whatever I was talking about in my music, and now just an authentic message in my music about life in general. And the lesson, it becomes the lessons I've learned and now what I'm trying to contribute and teach to the world, and the genuine and authentic nature of all that is, as I'm more true to myself, my music becomes more truth. And this story that entailed a lot of darkness as a man that lost himself and lost a lot of friends, while again, this is not a proposal to rekindle friendships. It's also a realization that the friendships are really there because that innocence, that beauty of the childhood was a blueprint also. So I take, while I'm missing from that picture, thinking back and reflections to that childhood is like a snapshot, and I'm able to analyze what was the beauty of that picture of childhood and all the things that made it so miraculous. And then I was able to find and revisit like my value system and create a better value system in current day, and a return to myself and find myself. So the beauty in all that out in the darkness of losing myself, I find light and truth. And you guys are a part of that. So while I'm missing from that picture of the 4 of you, and it's the old gang and 25 years of friendship, I'm still in that picture because you guys and what you represent allowed me to make my return home when it seemed like I was so far lost from home. The home being my authentic true self, and find the light and the truth in that. And so the shift in my music to talk about the beauty of God that's in you guys, that I was able to find, that God was able to help me through kind of revisiting you and how God came out in that way, the mystery of God and life. And you know, it has been like in a sense a battle through hell for me, through the darkness, through the mental illness, through just everything, and finding myself and arriving at this place today where I'm so thankful and no regrets for all this, but actually thankful for the lessons I've learned and the person I've evolved and become. That the beauty in that. And so it's like arriving in heaven in a way. And so I'm thankful, and I feel vindicated. And I want you to have peace, part of the peace that you can have for yourselves and for me, even if we don't rekindle an interaction or interactive friendship where we're part of each other's lives, is to know that I found peace, that I found understanding of my own life and made peace with my own life through that understanding. These 3 videos can be your understanding of me, and if you can understand me a little better, when maybe before I never got to tell my side of the story, you can now have peace in that understanding. And the purpose of life, it all starts to make sense, because regardless, these were all roads traveled, but whether it was good or it was bad, evil, whatever, there's an understanding of how it all came around, and that there was a reason for everything. And so while we're estranged, we're really so much together. I just want to thank you. Again, this is not to stir up anything negative or drama or showboat or anything like that. This is just my story, and I have love for you, all of you, whether it's Danny, Russell, Scott, Frank, or the Beckys, the Devins, the Leslies, the Nenods, the Howards, you know, the Adams, the Kevins, whatever, you know, all the people that I didn't mention, you know, all friends. You know, you can have an understanding of me too. Again, this was prompted of a picture of that group of 4 or 5 that we were, like that real tight group, but the childhood really included so many friends. And y'all may have not misunderstood me, and with that, I can't have peace if I'm misunderstood. So maybe you can understand me a little better now, and there's a reason for these videos. So thank you so much. Tank Lipp aside, this is just Jason Lipp with Naked Truth. Standing here in front of you basically naked, just telling you the real truth,